Activate voice control.
Welcome back to Enterprise, Markus. Access granted.
As you can see from this footage, Fusionsport produces a range of technology solutions for professional teams, universities, schools, institutes of sport and talent identification systems across the world. The technology uses a range of different sensors such as optical sensors, RFID, video integration, contact and impact sensors to enhance the daily training environment and testing environment for athletes and coaches. The company was started in 2003 following my PhD when I realised that the technology that I was using at the time was ineffective and too difficult to use to really carry out the work that I wanted to do. So when I returned to Australia from New Zealand where I was studying, my first objective was simply to make one of these systems so that I could then build a consulting company and take this forth and work with athletes as I wanted to do. During this process I met my business partner Douglas Moore, and the idea suddenly became a commercially viable option instead of just a one-off idea. So we went into business, we joined the iLab Technology Incubator, and the rest is history.
How hard was it in the first couple of years?
As with any business, the first couple of years were of course very difficult. I was fresh out of university and really I knew very little about running a business. We had this great idea, and I vividly remember turning up to a meeting at the iLab Business Incubator and presenting my idea to a group of very wise men in the business sector, and they asked me did I have a marketing plan, to which I blushed and responded, what is a marketing plan? So there was a lot to learn, and really we had the idea, we had some idea of technology, but then there were all of these different things, marketing plans, business plans, financial plans, that we really had no idea where to start. So the first couple of years were certainly a very steep learning curve indeed.
What has been your worst mistake this far with managing Fusion Sports?
Okay, I guess to be honest we've probably made two main mistakes. The first main mistake we made was perhaps trusting people too easily. There was a couple of people early in the company's history that we put in positions of power within the company and didn't really keep an eye on what was being done, and on several occasions that perhaps almost cost us the company. So we learnt very quickly not necessarily not to trust anybody, but to always be watching the business and making sure that it's safe and being run properly. The second thing I think that many people are guilty of was we believed the hype. So when we got started and hit the market, everyone was very excited, and we were selling to all these great customers, and people people made these projections for us that showed us, you know, making millions of dollars in only a couple of years and all driving around in Ferraris and retiring early, whereas in reality the outcomes were more modest and more like this. So we learnt very early that to be modest about the business and just to keep working at it and live within our means and grow it as it grows.
Would your business have succeeded without the Enterprise money?
As you can see in this great photo, this was us the night that we won the Enterprise Award. It was myself, my business partner Doug Moore, and the three students that were working for us at the time. We'd started the company on $2,000 each. We got to this stage early in the company. You can also see in the photo our first pre-production prototype that we made for the awards. What Enterprise meant to us, it meant everything. It allowed us to go into full production, and it allowed us to start exporting, which was always the main goal of the company. So about 4 months after this photo, we had our first sales. I was on the plane to the UK, and the whole ride had really begun. So to answer the question, would we have succeeded without winning the Enterprise Award? I would like to think somehow maybe we would have, but what the Enterprise Award did allow us to do was really accelerate that, and speed to market is everything. What might have taken us 3 or 4 years to get from that stage to where we were 6 months later would never have happened without the experience and without the money from the Enterprise Awards. So it was certainly instrumental in getting to where we are today as fast as we did.
What else, besides the money, has Enterprise added to your business?
Besides the money, Enterprise did a number of things for us. I think the first thing it did was just entering the Enterprise competition made us take a really hard look at ourselves and our business concept, and really made us investigate whether or not this was a going concern. We had a great idea for a product, But as we soon discovered, there's much more to actually launching a global business that we had envisaged. So that was the first benefit. The second benefit, and a very important one, I think, was it just gave us an amazing boost in confidence. Here we were with a couple of guys, with a couple of students, and this little prototype, and suddenly we had the support of Enterprize, we had the support of the local business environment, and it just gave us that boost to go forth out into the world and really take the bull by the horns.
What have been some of the biggest milestones since winning Enterprize?
Fusionsport has been exciting from the start. We first started with 2 sales, one to the New Zealand All Blacks and one to Essendon Football Club in Australia, and we quickly realised that we had something that was going to be interesting around the globe. So shortly after we launched the product, I moved to the UK, and within 2 years we had secured many of the world's leading brands in professional sports, such as Manchester United, Chelsea Football Club, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspurs, Blackburn Rovers, Aston Villa, and hundreds of now university sports institutes and professional teams around the world. Another thing that's changed for us now is our global distribution network. We now have distributors in 21 countries, and almost every week we have an application for a new territory somewhere in the world. So Fusionsport has now gone truly global. Something that's been quite exciting the last 2 years has been our entry into the US market. Obviously a key market for most businesses, and especially in professional sport. We've entered the US through these large combine testing talent identification events with large companies such as Athletic Republic and major brands like Under Armour and even Nike. In 2009 alone, we signed distributors in 11 new countries around the globe. By the end of 2010 or early 2011, we intend to have our entire global distribution network in place in every major country. The second goal we then have is to add products, and our R&D team are now creating many new products as we speak. We intend to release 2 or 3 new products every year at least, and build our product offering to be not just one product, but to be a complete business solution for our distributors. This will eventually secure our place as the true global leader in sports science technology. So, in short, the past has been very exciting for Fusionsport, but the future is even more exciting.
What advice do you give to future Enterprize applicants?
The year we won Enterprize, there was one glaring difference between us and the other contestants at the pitch. We had 7 minutes to convince the audience of our concept and our business, and most of the other companies spent about 6.5 minutes telling us about their wonderful product and their wonderful invention. When I stood up, we spoke for 1 minute about our product and what we'd come up with, and we spent the rest of the 6 minutes discussing how we were actually going to build a business, how we were actually going to take this to market, employ people, build a team, and make money from the concept. And I think that was a key thing that many people forgot to do. In terms of general advice to the Enterprize entrants, whether you win or lose, I think back to the first business mentor I ever had, and some great advice that he gave me. He said, throughout the life of your business, you will fall down at least 10 times before you eventually succeed. And the simple thing, if you want to succeed, you just have to keep getting back up. And the people who keep getting up are the people who will succeed.